COVID-19 has brought a lot of change to a lot of people. Folks pre-pandemic who were secure in their employment, who had 10 or 15, or in some cases, in many cases, had more than 20 years of experience with an employer, were let go. Many households were tasked with meeting the same financial demands, but now with a single income. Children, too, were drastically impacted by COVID-19, encouraged to stay at home and separated from the school communities and their friends, and opportunities for social and emotional development. Reevaluation is a common side effect of drastic changes to the way we live, and the pandemic falls into that category. COVID has given people lots of time to reflect on their lives and think about what life could look like moving forward. For many people, it's not a bad thing. Spending time to deliberately take stock of one's life and compare it to where they hoped they would be is a valuable exercise. Now, with the life-altering madness of COVID-19 in the rearview mirror, people are seriously contemplating their lives post-pandemic. Masses of people are resetting and reprioritizing. We are not seeing workers rush back into the workforce. Rather, they are contemplating their choices, asking themselves if their current vocations provide a good balance between work and life. If the stress of their current roles parallel the benefits of those roles. Many people are entertaining returning to school or retraining, asking themselves if they have chosen the right field or industry in the first place, or asking themselves if the field or industry they're in right now is the right field for them now, considering who they are, weighing the pros and cons of starting anew. Many people are focusing on their personal happiness, asking themselves, are they truly happy? Asking themselves, do they need to move closer to their family, to their friends, to their home communities, to familiar surroundings? The big trend right now is for people to focus on the kinds of connections they have and weigh them with the kinds of connections that they want. COVID has, in grand fashion, reminded people of their own mortality. It has never been clearer that life is short, and no one is promised tomorrow. We all have been touched by a friend or a family member or even acquaintance passing unexpectedly during the pandemic. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 65 or anywhere in between, the pandemic has forced people to reconsider the state of their lives. Perhaps you yourself are wrestling with some of these very same things. Perhaps you don't know quite where to start. It can be overwhelming. In response, let me ask you this. If I were to ask you, what does your ideal life look like? How would you respond? Think about it for a moment. How would you respond if I asked you, what does your ideal life look like? For many, that exercise is very difficult. So allow me to frame the question another way. Imagine, like any other evening, you go to bed and you lay down, and as you drift off into sleep, something miraculous happens. A miracle happens and it transports you right dab smack into your ideal life, into your best life. Unfortunately, however, when you wake up, there is no neon sign indicating that you've been transported into your best life. There's no one there waking you up and saying, hey, listen, you've now moved and are now living your best life. You have to figure that out all on your own. So as you wake, how would you feel? What would be different in your surroundings? What would you see? What would you hear? Even what would you smell that would be a clue that you are living your best life? As you move around your morning schedule, marveling at the amazing changes It's time to start your day. What does that look like? Are you off to work? And if you are, where is that? And what is it that you're doing? Who are you mixing with? What position do you hold? Or are you on a permanent vacation? And if you are, where? And how did you get there? Think about all the things that fill your cup and what you will do this day to fill your cup. As you move forward, visualizing the rest of your day, take note of the small details. How do you feel? What are you thinking? What is making the most impact for you in your ideal life? Are you ready? Let's come back to your reality. As you reflect on the things that makes the most impact for you, write them down. List them. For each item, think about the things that you would need to do to realize those things. For example, if you're interested in living in the rest of your days in Costa Rica, writing a book you know you have inside of you, what would you need to do? Well, if you aspire to be a writer, then you would need to be writing every day, capturing your thoughts, honing your craft, developing your skills. If you're looking at relocating to Costa Rica, then you may want to do some research on Costa Rica. What is the cost of living over there? And what kind of healthcare do they have? You may want to look at your own financial resources, do an audit to see if there's what you would need to do to be able to make the leap to live in Costa Rica. You may want to talk to your friends or family or anybody who knows anything about living in Costa Rica to get a sense of what life in Costa Rica is like and what it might take to immigrate there. You may want to start researching publishing companies and seeing what the process is to get a book published and what that looks like. So once complete, scale the areas you identified as important. On a scale of 1, meaning the least in priority, to 5, meaning the highest priorities, go through your list and assign a level of priority. Take your time with this, think about it. Once you've done that and you've prioritized your list, consider the following. What decisions would need to be made if you want to improve your life? If you want to move forward towards your ideal life, what would that look like for you? Think about what actions can you take today to move towards your ideal life? What commitments are you prepared to make today to better your life and move forward to your best life? We all know that there is no returning back to normal. Everything has changed, and the only way to acclimate to this newness is to adapt to it. The only normal we will be experiencing moving forward is the new normal that we create. To be successful in making some of these big decisions, we have to embrace the process head on. Arm yourself with the insight of what you want and the self-assuredness of making the small changes you need to realize your best life. Although making big decisions about your life, especially post-pandemic, are scary, by breaking them down and focusing on the things that matter to you most, you empower yourself to make the best decisions for you and those you care about. That's all I have for you, folks. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you each during the next one. Cheers, everyone.